My name is Jürgen Schwannecker. I'm a hunter, trapper and all-round adventurer roaming the back roads and far valleys of New Zealand and abroad. I've been up and down this country a few times, fishing its rivers and hunting its mountains, experiencing nature and wildlife in ways forgotten. If this sounds like you, follow me and my dog Kim as we go on our wild hunt. The sun hangs in the sky for most of the day. The deafening song of summer cicadas echoes in the Tararua Range. These mountains in the North Island of New Zealand are vastly made up of steep forested country. At this time of year, deer are grazing in the high peaks of tussock. It's the perfect place to look for a red stag feeding on the grass growth above the tree line. I'm heading into the mountains with my dog Kim and a rifle to see if I can find a hard-antlered mature stag. Me and Kim just loaded up on water. Oh, I should probably do like a welcome back of some kind, shouldn't I? Yeah, it's been a while. It's been like a good, probably just about 6 months really. I was guiding in Colorado. Colorado was great. Colorado was really great. Sad to be gone, honestly. Can't wait for this year because I'm going back. Doing elk hunting from horseback, hunting black bear, hunting mule deer, maybe hunting some moose, maybe doing a sheep or goat hunt this year, which could be really cool. But before then, it's also really good to be back in New Zealand. I'm very keen to chase some stag, do some hunting for myself, hunt some tahr, hunt some chamois, stuff like that. And this is really the first mission I've been on. Hopefully stags are stripping their antlers a wee bit. I've only got 3 days to try and find something, but that's enough. It's bloody hot. Me and Kim just stocked up on water, and now we've got to get a bit of a gut buster to get to the top. To get to the tops, I have a bit of a climb ahead of me. Me and Kim are about to hit the bush line. And I'm definitely pretty pooped. But we've still got a ways to go. But pretty soon we'll be hunting here. We'll be out in the open where we can do some glassing. The Tararuas were actually the place where I learned to hunt. These hills of goblin forest and leatherwood were my retreat in the weekends as a teenager. I used to look at these mountains every morning while driving to school. They are as familiar to me as my own backyard. The Tararuas are often sort of hailed as like one of the most dangerous ranges in New Zealand. And it's kind of true. There's like a disproportionate amount of people are killed. I shouldn't say killed, it makes it sound like they're murdered. A disproportionate amount of people die in the Tararuas than in other ranges. But it's just because it's so close to such an urban centre. And there's very little shielding it from the ocean on either side. So it gets bad weather all the time. And I think that with the sort of leatherwood belt that you really can't bash through makes being on the tops pretty dangerous in bad weather. We should be right though. I think that we're going to have blue skies for the next 3 days, so I'm not too worried. The Tararuas may not seem as mean as the Southern Alps, but make no mistake, they are not to be treated with disrespect. As I've grown as a person and more so as a hunter, I have broadened my horizons, and these days I tend not to visit these mountains as much as I'd like, doing most of my hunting in the Southern Alps of New Zealand. That isn't to say that the North Island doesn't have some spectacular country with some good hunting. To the south of me is where I shot my first public land deer. To the north is where I shot my first goat.
Been glassing maybe half an hour. It's still kind of early. There could definitely be animals out. But with this shaded hillside, I can't see much anyway. So I think I'm going to set up my fly where I'm going to sleep tonight. Maybe have some noodles and then get to glassing.
With camp set and a warm, dry evening ahead of us, me and Kim set off for a wander and a good glassing knob to see what's around.
I finally spotted my first deer. I think it's just a hind in the creek over here. But no doubt we'll see some more.
This young stag, not a hind, isn't what I'm after. January and February is an ethically precarious time of year for a hunter. Hinds still have young fawns, so are mostly off the table. The roar is around the corner, stags are bachelored up, and most aren't in hard antler. If I were looking for a meat animal, I'd likely take a younger, less promising looking stag. But on this hunt, I'm after something harder to find, something mature.
I woke up this morning to pretty much just clag, and it's slowly starting to maybe ease off. Kind of looks like it's coming back right now, but not much to do but stay here, I think, see if I see anything. There's for sure deer in this country, it's just seeing them, I think, in this leatherwood scrub is almost impossible. We'll see what happens.
Just as I say that, two stags emerge. Though these stags are in hard antler, neither are close to what I'm looking for. In the beginning, I went months, perhaps even a year before I saw my first deer. Back then, I wouldn't have hesitated to shoot both of these stags so that I could brag about it at school the next day. But now it's just good to watch them. These hills were an informal classroom for me. Even as I left school, I was hunting here with Kim as I was training her to be a deer dog. The Tararuas will always be an integral part of my story.
There's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit is crying for leaving. In my thoughts I have seen.
In a classically Tararua turn of events, a surprise change in the weather brings my hunt to an early close. To the mountains, I can only say, till next time.
Soon, if we all call the tune, then the piper will lead us to reason. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a sprinkling for the May Queen. Yes, there are two.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. It's been quite a while since I've uploaded, I know, but it feels really good to be back, and I've got a bunch more content that I need to edit up and get to you guys, and a couple more hunts to film before I go back to Colorado again. A big part of these films that I make is that I won't just make content for the sake of content. Probably 30 to 40% of the footage I actually film ends up on the cutting room floor, and I don't turn it into anything because it doesn't really tell the story that I want. And I don't need to share it. It's just it doesn't have that it factor, which is what I'm going for. And so for me, when I'm making my videos, I'm trying to increase the quality all the time. And there's a bunch of things that I'm going to do that. I need to get a drone. I'm invested in some new recording equipment. This has actually been filmed on a new camera. But that's something that's going to keep going as we go. It'll get better and better, and one day I'd really like to make hunting films. Quality over quantity is not a good way to be successful in YouTube. I don't care. That's how I'm doing things. That's how I want to do. I will not sort of forsake my values as a wannabe storyteller to do things that are going to get clicks. That being said, I am going to mix up a few things. I get so many messages on Instagram, comments on these videos about the gear I use and where I go. Here's my formal invitation. Message me on Instagram. If you're looking for hunting spots, if you're new to hunting, please get in touch. I'll be happy to help with gear and things like that. I'm going to start doing some gear reviews, basically my opinions on gear in the studio here or out in the field, and uploading those. Just to try and help people out. Regardless of your hunting ability, go check me out on Instagram. I actually post a lot more stuff there. Maybe 30% of the stuff that's on there actually ends up in videos. So if you want to see the guiding that I do in Colorado and what I'm doing, just my day-to-day possum trapping and stuff like that, go follow me on there. There's some cool stuff. If you enjoy this film and you enjoy my other films, and you're going to enjoy the ones that are coming up, like, subscribe, comment, do all that kind of thing. It really helps me out. Really, really do appreciate it. It'll help me make more films. And that's really all I want to do in this life. I really appreciate the support, guys. I get an overwhelming number of comments that are really positive. Messages on Instagram. I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully. Here's my final ending message, because all YouTuber dudes have to do this kind of thing. But go out into some wild country, get some experience under your belt. Go do something swarthy. Catch ya.